Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on this channel, thank you so much for stopping by. In today's channel, we're going to be making this cowl neck top. But before then, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do by clicking on the subscribe button, and do well by turning on your notification bell so you could get notified whenever we post any video. So without wasting much of your time, let's get into this. So for this top, we're going to be making use of the back pattern. This is the back pattern. So what I did, I'm just going to explain. This is our normal basic body, which I always do when I want to draft, when I want to cut any outfits, any dress or any top. So what I did here was from here to this part is my shoulder divided by 2, which is 9. And I took my neck depth. My neck width is 3, and my neck depth is 1.5, and I made a mark. Then from this place down here, I took 1 inch down for my shoulder slope. I connected it into this neck part. So I made a curve. I divided my neck part by 2, and from here to this place gave me from here to this place gave me, sorry guys, but first of all, before explaining that part, what I did here, after taking my shoulder measurement, I came down by my armhole, which is 9. That is where I got this line, this straight line from. But for you not to get confused, I'm just going to mark it to this point so you don't get confused. So I'm going to label this my chest line. So let me start again. From here to this place, I got my shoulder divided by 2, which is 9. From this 9, I went down by 9, which is also my armhole, and I made a straight line down and a straight line like this, which is serving as our chest line. So I made my neck. I came down by 3 by 1.5, and I made a curve. Then from here to this place, I went down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I connected it to this neck part. Then I came down. I took the measurement I have from this slope I got, this 1 inch slope I got from here. I divided it by 2, which I got 8, and I divided by 2, and it gave me 4. So that's from that 4, I came in by 1.5 inch, and I made a curl into my chest line. So the next thing we're going to do is, I've already taken my bust measurements, everything. My bust measurement divided by 2 divided by 4 is 11.5, and I added 2 inch extra allowance. Did the same thing. I came down same measurement to my bust point. Then I took my waist measurement divided by 4, and I added extra 2 inch sewing allowance. Same thing I did on the top length. I took my hip measurement divided by 4, 2 inch sewing allowance. So that is basically what I did for this place. So what I'm going to do now is to use my fabric and cut the back measurement, the back top first. I'm going to be cutting the back pattern first on this actual fabric. I'm using a Duchess. This is a silk, and this is a rose pink. You can make use of any fabric of your choice, but if you want to get that, that exact cowl neck dress or top you want to make, you have to use a silk fabric, either plain or flowered one. So I'm making use of 2 yards for this top. So I'm going to use this to cut our back pattern first. The next thing I'm going to do now is to cut our back. But first of all, I'm going to be cutting out this neck area and the shoulder parts first. So I'm going to bring it up, then cut. So this is it for the back. This is it for the back pattern. So for the back pattern, I'm done cutting the back. I'm still going to use the same pattern to cut the front. So what I'm going to be doing is, from this bust point, I'm going to be slanting all the way into the armhole, just like this. I'm going to be slanting all the way into the armhole, just like this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to cut I'm just going to cut. But when cutting, you're not going to cut out everything. You just stop somewhere here. So you have something like this. Just stop somewhere here. So you have something like this. So I'm going to be using this to cut the front. So I think this will be enough for me. So I'm going to take the measurement of this neck because this is where my neck is going to be. So I'm getting 17 now. So I think it's okay for me. The 17 is okay for me. So I'm just going to place this one and take that again to be sure of what I'm doing. Okay, 14, going to 16. 16 is perfect. So what I'm going to do now is to use my ruler to make a straight line like this. I'm going to be making a straight line like this. So this is it for it. So I'm going to go ahead to cut it out. Hi, besties. If you've watched to this extent and you're still yet to subscribe, please click on the subscribe button and do that right away. Thank you so much. Let's get right back into the video. So guys, I'm done with the back part and this is how it's going to look. Remember, when you want to cut yours, if you don't want yours this deep, because I want mine deep, you can reduce it like this. If you want it more open, you can open it. The more open you open, the more open your cowl top or dress is going to be. So I'm done with it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is, before removing my pattern paper on my fabric, I'm going to go ahead to notch these shoulder parts. Very important. I've notched it. So let me show you what we have. So this is how it's going to look. This is how deep it's going to look, like this. So this is a notch part where it's going to, so this is how it's going to look like. And then when I'm done, I'm going to show you how everything is. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use my bias before making, this is the front and the back um top. So I'm going to use my bias to pipe down the front. And I'm also going to do the same thing for the neck of the back. Then I'm going to join the two sides of the shoulder, the two sides. And note I placed each other, the front facing each other front. So that is it. So I'm going to set this aside. When I'm done using the bias to pipe it, I'm going to show you how it looks. And so I'm going to cut our sleeve now. So as for my sleeves, I'm just going to make use of what I have, because this is actually a free sleeve, like you can see. So this is my two sleeves together. So I'm just going to measure what I have, and I'm going to just go down for my. So guys, if you want to make this cowl top, make sure you use 2.5 if you're on the big side, because I used 2 yards for mine and later found out that the pleated part on the shoulder the fabric wasn't enough for me to pleat the shoulder part. You're going to see that at the end of the video. But if you don't want yours pleated at the shoulder part, use 2.5. That is if you use 2 yards. That is if you're on the big side. But if you're on the small size, 2 yards is perfect for you. So if you're on the big side, please make sure to use 2.5 yards to achieve that pleated effect on the shoulder part. So I just decided to tell you guys. But at the end of this video, you're going to notice what I just said. How the shoulder part is. You're going to notice that it's not pleated. So guys, as you can see, I've gone ahead to join my front to the back. I used the cutting bias to join the back, to form the back. Then I used my facing for the front. So this is because as you can see, our cowl neck dress is coming out. So the next thing I'm going to do is to, this is the sleeve. So the parts I notched, I'm going to be joining it from here. I'm going to be joining it and sew it all round. Same thing, sew round like this. Then I'm going to be doing same thing for the other sleeve. So please, if you're on the big side, I used 2 yards for this, but I noticed, because if you notice, the hand of this sleeve has something like a pleat on it. So my fabric wasn't enough to pleat. So I just, because it's mine and because I'm doing a tutorial, I just have to make use of it just that way. So if you're on the big side, please use 2.5 for this cowl neck top. If you're on the small side, the 2 yards is perfect for you. So let's go ahead to join the sleeve, and I'm going to fold it down like this where my elastic is going to be passing through. When I'm done, I'm going to show you how it looks like this. If you want it to fall more, something like this, you can, go to the tutorial. You see what I did there. You expand the shoulder part and you're going to get it